I got started in officiating because I got to the point where there was nobody else to play ball with. I've been an athlete all my life, and I always loved and enjoyed playing baseball and playing basketball. And then it got to the point you didn't have anywhere to go. And a guy named Joe Campbell got me into baseball. Charlie Richards got me into baseball. Bill Galden got me into softball. And I really enjoyed it. It kept me young. Anytime you deal with youth like we deal with, you always stay young. That's the main reason I got into the stuff. Not the money. It's just to be around the game and being around the young kids. The advice I give a young first-year official is, one, learn the rules, learn how to communicate, and be patient. These younger officials are not patient anymore, and it's in the long run, it hurts them. But it takes a while to get to the top. But always remember this, once you get up there, you're going to come down. So you always be patient and do a good job while you're there. I would suggest it to young people. It's, like you said, it's fun. You enjoy it. You meet a lot of nice people. You meet a lot of bad people. But for a young person to really get out and do something, this is really something to get into. It's high school sports. My officiating impact, I've always been a mentor. I believe in the young officials. I try to help young officials. That's really what my job is. Once you get there, your next job, I'm not going to be here forever. You need to work on the younger officials that's going to take your place. Remember a moment is basketball in Final Four, and my second one was working the D2 World Series in front of ESPN in Orlando, Florida. That was two of my greatest achievements, I guess you might say. The most gratification I get at is working with young kids and trying to show them the correct way to do things. I never was a screamer and a holler. I just, I try to help young people, and it makes me feel good. I've had maybe 5 guys that I've worked with that went to the next level. And that's what makes you feel good. I have 2 gentlemen, Richard Maddox and Orman Brown. They were 2 elderly gentlemen when I first got into the college division, plus we worked high school. And they mentored me not on how to officiate, but to understand the game of basketball. And that helped me more than anything than just running up and down the floor. Those 2 gentlemen really did help me. The most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me was in Troy University in the D2 regional baseball in about the 3rd inning on ESPN, and I was on behind the plate and my pants split. And back then we didn't have Under Armour. Everybody just wore long handles, and them white long handles was really shining up on the ESPN. And the problem we got into, they had us so far away from the ballpark where we dressed, it took about an inning and a half for the people to go get my other pants out of the dressing room so I could change clothes in the dugout. That was definitely embarrassing. The funniest thing that ever happened to me was officiating. What happened here at Jacksonville State University one night. 3-person crew, timeout, big heated game, gym packed. We got ready to put the ball in play, and I looked, and we only had one other official on the floor. We couldn't find the third. Next thing we know, we hear a ruckus up in the end zone where the band's at. He's up there chewing out the band, the guy that's playing the trombone. You talk about hilarious. Everybody in the gym broke out laughing, even Coach Jones. He just didn't understand what was going on. Most unusual thing, I have gone to ball games before and showed up and nobody else showed up with me. And that's kind of unusual. In basketball and in softball and in baseball. That's the most unusual thing because you don't know what to do. It definitely creates a problem. I've officiated with some great people. I could make a list 30 miles long, but I imagine Orman Brown was probably the best guy I ever called basketball with. He was the nicest to help young people out, but Orman Brown was the guy that really took care of me when I first started in college basketball. The venue I enjoyed working the most was D2 World Series softball in Orlando, Florida. They have a committee that picks the umpires for the final game to be televised on ESPN, and I was picked to work the plate in the D2 World Series, and that was probably the best venue. And I didn't know any of these people. Your job and your work ethic got you into the finals. So that was probably my best. Probably the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the trip I took up there in the D2 Nationals. I got to work basketball nationals that year. The officials up north are just like the officials in the south. All they want to do is do their job and go home. That's one thing about it. I walked on the floor with two guys I had never seen before in my life. It was just like working with somebody around here. That's what makes it real nice. Officiating influenced my life. It taught me how to be calm, be patient, how to communicate with other people, and take charge. And that's just what you have to do to be a good basketball official. That's what I like about it. In my mind, do I think I might reach my goals? When I started out, I did not have any goals, but I got lucky. And the more you work, the harder you work, the more you can advance. And I have been real blessed with my career in officiating. Being voted in means a lot to me because it tells me that what I've done over the 50 years, I've done right. And the people that I've worked with respect me. And it's hard to do that kind of stuff, but that's just the way it is. In this Hall of Fame, these people that's in here before me, they're great. And there's people who are going to come after me that's going to be great. But I really appreciate the Hall of Fame for being selected in the Hall of Fame.